younger, I used to worry so much about what people thought of me. Now all I think about is, I hope I don't piss my pants in public. So, joking aside, that was one of the jokes I told on stage when I was doing like some stand-up comedy a couple of years ago. And I suppose the whole point of this is that I want to talk about how those kind of embarrassing moments or those kind of fears, those worries might kind of be so big at the time, and sometimes they might end up fizzling into nothing and then the worst thing doesn't happen, and other times like some really embarrassing thing happens and it can feel really, really challenging. So a lot of people in this world and a lot of the sort of mindset gurus out there might say things like, well, don't worry about what other people think. And actually there's some truth in that, because I stand here and say, if you're being authentic to yourself, then that is the key thing that matters, and that can be really important. However, actually we're hardwired for connection, and being connected with other people is so important. And I've even worked with people who, when we've looked at values, when we've looked at those kind of things and we looked at what's important in their life, they've had things that are really, really important, and actually such as being understood, such as their sport, such as their health and their like travel, and then actually being connected with other people has been so much more important. So they have, as a result, maybe adapted and done a bit of people pleasing to be like, to feel that connection with other people. And sometimes that's been at the detriment of their other values. Other times they have kind of said, well, regardless of the values, regardless of travelling, I really want to spend time with my family. These moments are really precious and that really matters to me. And so actually there may be a worry about what those people might think, and it might cause you to adapt how you are. However, actually what happens for a lot of people is when they are feeling worried about how somebody might feel towards them when they're showing up and sharing their message, sharing what is important to them, telling somebody about their boundary and what they will tolerate and accept compared to what they are really open to. When people communicate those things and maybe adapt, when they may communicate those things, or may find that in order to connect with people and as a response to not wanting to upset people or being worried about what other people think, when you then change who you are and what's really important to you and mask and show up differently, what ends up happening is that you don't connect with those people, because it's not actually you that's connecting, it's a false self, a false version of you. So that's the thing, isn't it? That if you're trying to adapt and trying to please other people, or maybe staying small or staying quiet out of fear of what other people might think, actually they are not given that opportunity to actually see you at your best. So any judgments that they may or may not make is based on a pretend version of you, a version of you that is shyer, a version of you that is cautious, and a version of you that is different to how you might be if you genuinely showed up, talked to people in your world, whether it's online, whether it's in your family, whether it's out at an event, somewhere that you're going. if you're actually sharing your views on something and being true to yourself, get up and dance if you want to dance. You don't need to hold back. Then consider what that connection's like. And like in the book Dr. Seuss, like those that mind don't matter, and those that matter won't mind. So this is a bit of a nod to authenticity ahead of that worry about judgment. So I've done this so many times. I do this so many times. Like, hold back on expressing an opinion about something, or stay small, or stay quiet when I'm feeling energetically drained, or when I'm not feeling my best. And actually some of that is that I've not wanted to feel judged, or not wanting to, or being worried about that judgment. And I think that it's such a human condition, such a human need for connection, that it makes total sense that we have this worry. However, step into your new pace, your new version of yourself, your best version of yourself. That might take some courage. We're all working through life together. We're all on this journey. Nobody has got this perfect. Some people might appear in your life to look like they are, I don't know, like really confident and really joyful, and like their lives are perfect. And it might be easy to think, well, actually they're doing all right and I'm not where I want to be, and feel lots of things about that. However, actually, we only see a small part, the tip of the iceberg of someone's life. And so, much like when I was at school, I would see those popular kids, popular teenagers, or see the confident ones, and actually behind the scenes they were really struggling. I probably thought that they were a lot happier than they were. I probably thought that they were a lot more confident than they were. People that wore makeup when I didn't, and my hair was always like cut by my mum and stuff like that. It's like we didn't have very much money growing up, so we did just get our hair cut at home. And I was talking to my mum the other day, and she was saying about how I never liked to have my hair tied up, so we just had my hair cut short. But when I saw people with their hair all lovely and really long and nice colour and styled really well, and then the makeup on, I would often perceive that as somebody that was more confident than me. And I would actually feel that I'd need to make more of an effort, or if I wasn't wearing makeup, maybe I very rarely wear makeup these days, to be honest. If I wasn't doing that, then I would be maybe a lesser sort of quality therapist or business owner or artist than other people. And these are the sorts of things that I want to just share, that we are all navigating. And I see a lot of people who are probably a few more steps past me, that have worked things out a little bit more. They've done more of the work than I have. I'm constantly doing work on myself, my own self-development. And there's probably people that are a few steps beyond me, like you'll have people that are a few steps beyond you. And there'll also be people that are a few steps behind you, where you've done the work, you've been reflecting, you've maybe got some strategies for coping with challenges and getting through things. And there's so many things that you probably don't even realise that you've got through, but down to your character and down to something within you, that internal strength will have helped you to get to where you are now. So if this resonates with you, thank you first of all for listening, because this was completely unplanned, a complete ramble. I don't feel there's any structure to this at all. And I suppose part of that is a bit of a brain fog from my behalf, my perimenopausal brain. feeling like that impulse to come and talk live at the same time as not having a plan. And then, yeah, if this resonates, then let me know what resonated. But it might be that coming to my events, getting involved with the work that I do could be really ideal for you. So speak to you soon. Bye bye.